Got a Big 10 battle.
This is one of those battles. It's an ongoing. I'll say it's a rivalry just because it's an interconference game. They're about maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, two and a half hours away from each other. This historic matchup has Ohio State winning it. They're 26-13 losses, overall. Their last matchup was a very, very close game. It was 70-65, and it was in Michigan State. They beat them by 5 points. So this is going to be a good game. No, they were actually in Ohio. I'm sorry. So this game is going to be in Michigan State. What I noticed in that game is that it was tight, and it came down to the home court, in my opinion. They outscored Michigan State by 5 in the fourth quarter. Right now, Michigan State desperately needs this win. They're 2-3 in the Big 10. Ohio State's 4-1. Michigan State knows that if they win this game, they could very well put themselves in a higher seed for the Big 10 tournament, which translates, as we know, to having a better seed in the overall tournament in March Madness. Let me look right into the camera when I say this. I've been saying this all year. The Big 10 teams are going to send some teams home when March Madness starts. They're going to send some teams home. Now, let me tell you why. Big 10 play is methodical. It's slower. It's about tough-nosed defense. They run their plays to a T. There's very few standouts as far as like individual, I'm just going to let it fly type of players in the Big 10. We all know who that is. That's CC, Caitlin Clark. Is probably the only Big 10 player that just shoots whenever she wants, how she wants, and can get those shots. But even in this last game, listen to this, in this last game that they played, Michigan State only had 3 fast break points. 3 fast break points the entire game. Ohio State, guess how many fast break points they had? 6. And what's interesting about the last game, and I didn't even notice this, the great Cody McMahon only had 11 points in that game. So Michigan State had a game plan ready.
Just 3 off her average.
Yeah.
Let me ask a question.
She's heated up a lot.
Let me ask a question, Coach. Ohio State played Michigan State before or after everybody played Iowa?
They just played them January 14th. Let me see.
And when did Ohio State play Iowa?
That's a good question. Let's look at that.
Yeah, when did Ohio State play Iowa?
That's a good question. Let's see.
You talking about shooters? Ohio State got this shooter named J.C. Sheldon.
Yeah, they do.
They got this shooter named J.C. Sheldon. And I'm asking when these games took place because I feel like Ohio State is a different team after the Iowa game.
Iowa.
I thought that Michigan State was going to be a different team after the Iowa game, but they played them almost to where they could have beat them, and then they haven't been a different team. They've been a different team, but not in a good way necessarily, especially not in Big 10 play. It don't sound like so.
Yeah, no, that's a good pull by you. Ohio State played Iowa January 21st, which was after this win against Michigan State. That's a great pull. That's a good pull.
Momentum is on their side. I feel like Cody McMahon is a sophomore. I feel like she's played herself into her college shape. Now she's playing herself into her college confidence, and the Iowa game did great things for both her confidence and the senior Sheldon's confidence. Okay, so I think they're playing off each other well. I don't watch a lot of Big 10, but if I had to pick a team, just close my eyes and pick one, I'm gonna go with Ohio State.
Yeah,
I'm going to Ohio State. I don't think that Iowa is going to beat Ohio State again if they meet again. So
I'm gonna call my shot on this one. I think Michigan State's gonna pull off the upset in this game. They're at home
in Ohio. Oh no, okay.
No, they're at home. They're home.
Okay, they're home.
They're at home. And I know it's cliche to say they need this game, but they need this game. Last game.
You betting on Moira and Julia over
well, don't forget about Tori. Tori had 18 points last game. 8 out of 10 field goals. They couldn't stop her down low.
Last game against Michigan State. They won? Michigan State won?
No. Okay. All right.
I'm asking. Okay. I was checking because you said they couldn't stop her.
All right. All right.
I don't need
Moira
to stop you
had
from winning.
13.
Everybody was right on their average.
Yeah, it was. You know what? And I know it was a typical Big 10
I just feel
game.
I feel like the Iowa loss took a little something from Michigan State. Just took a little something out of them.
That was one of those where they had it.
They were so close.
Yeah,
they were so close.
You're right. That was
something it took a little something off of them.
Yeah.
And the win for Ohio State gave them a little something that made them, a little bit like,
Yeah.
You're sticking your chest out. You're sticking your chest out a little bit further than you normally do because you beat somebody nobody thought you would.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, and then too, like we always say, it's the way Ohio State beat them. They had a nice flow in that game, and they looked extremely confident.
It was as if they had a blueprint. They had a plan on how to beat them.
They did. They did.
They had a plan on how to beat them.
So I'll look for Michigan State to throw a lot of looks at Cody and JC. I think they're going to give a lot of looks at them, and they have the bodies to do it. Typical Big 10, I think that Michigan State, despite having a few shooters of their own, definitely not as good as Ohio State. They're going to try to make this an ugly. Let's go down low, and let's try to control the paint. That's how Michigan State operates. They're definitely an inside-out type of team. I look for Torrey to have another big game. I look for Moira to have another big game. But the question is going to be, Dee, you got to give me more than 2 points. She had a very off game. She was 1 for 11. That's very, very out of character for her. She had a bad game the first time they played. And she played 31 minutes. So that's not going to happen again. 0 for 4 from three-point range. So I look for a nice competitive game, and I think Michigan State ekes them out. Again, this is conference play, and I'm going to keep saying it. I am Team Big 10. I can't wait till the tournament starts. I love these inter-rivalry games. Of course, my heart is with Michigan State. I want Michigan State to win this game. But
y'all gotta understand. I got my nerve to be over here talking about Ohio State. I don't even know if I can go home. Both my parents parties. Okay, both my parents.
I'm glad you said that because I definitely was gonna bring that up.
Okay, so I remember Genesee Fieldhouse. Listen, East Lansing. Okay, but I feel like. It took something off of them. Now listen, a win against Ohio State could get them right back in the flow. I feel like it took a little shine off of them. But this is why we throw the ball up, and we're gonna find out.